Are you ready? Are you ready?
Welcome to the Circle of Gratitude. Me and my brother D here. We got Frankie and Johnny and Big Sis, Sexy May up in the house. We definitely want to appreciate y'all coming, and I appreciate you, ladies. Once again, I'm gonna always give y'all accolades. You guys are awesome. I just can't say it enough that you ladies are awesome. You know what I'm saying? And sex, we gotta tell, Sex Man, we gotta tell Frank and Johnny, why for me? Why for me? Yeah, we gotta put that out there. We definitely gotta put that out there. We want to welcome you once again. What's up, my brother? What's up, my co-host over here? Brother D.
Man, what's going on, man? I'm up here working on my Bluetooth. It wasn't working. I had to cut it off.
Yeah, man. We just having some adult conversations, man. Did you hear from Chris yet?
No, not since earlier.
Yeah, man. So we just trying to get this thing started. We want to give people a little bit of time if they're gonna come in and check us out, man. So we just gonna give them a little minute, but we just want to sit here, man, and really talk about some key issues that we have. You know what I'm saying? And one of our other co-hosts, man, he basically brought up a great subject, far as what we're talking about, as far as why we hate it in society for race, religion, sex, different things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So let me drop that
Hmm.
link for you, bro. Chris, I see him in the chat. Hold on. So we just wanted to sit here, and I think that's a discussion that we all need to talk about, far as why is it a lot of hatred toward us in society today because of those things. So
Right.
definitely something that I would like to really speak on, man, and really talk about. I don't know, bro Chris. I dropped the link for you, bro Chris. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, like I said, man, I mean, far as I'm trying to give them a couple minutes to get up in here, man, and everything else. Hold on, there you go.
Big
Brother,
brother Chris.
big brother Chris. What's on, my brother?
What's up?
What's up, man? Hey, man. How was that day, brother? How was that day?
So, brothers, how y'all doing?
Oh, man, nothing but love, brother. Nothing but love, man. Look, ain't nothing
It
but
was
love
good.
on
It
this
was,
end,
it was
brother.
good. It was good today.
Yeah, man. That's good, brother. I mean, and that's always a wonderful thing, man. Like I said, we need that type of situation, man. We need some positivity. And look at Sister Casey up in the building. Everybody up in the building. Thank you,
Hmm.
Sister Casey. I appreciate you coming in. I meant to get on your live early, Casey, but I went to go see my mom and it sidetracked me. But I hey, definitely, what I'm saying, much love to you and your channel and your family, you know what I mean, and everything else. So like I said, I apologize truly, like I said, because I like you come and support us. We definitely got to come support you, you know what I'm saying? Without it, especially positive,
Much love.
yeah, especially positive sisters like yourself, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, we got Frank and Johnny and Sexy May in here. We got to definitely show you guys some love, you know what I mean? Because you ladies, you know what I'm saying, keep us going, and y'all be consistent with everything. And like I said, we appreciate you 100%, you know what I mean? So definitely want to give y'all some love, man. Hey, bro, Chris. So we want to start out, man. I know we was talking about, we had a little discussion, man, earlier about when we was talking about, what the hatred, far as the, religion and race and um, uh, religion, race. Let me see, what say, religion, race, um, everything, man. Really, man. For us being as black men in society, us being women are being hated due to because because they do have strong black women in the workforce and business owners also. So you can start it off, man. I need to check on something real quick. So hold it down for me right quick, y'all.
All right.
For sure.
Start it out, bro, Chris.
All right. Well, I feel like it's a lot of hatred going on in the world towards us as black people. In some sense, in most interest, it's just that people don't know. I don't get it. You know, it's Black History Month. Everybody's like, well, I celebrate Black History all the time. I've been doing that since I was a youth. My mother always told me we don't have a month. We have this is us. We was here before, before they came over. I believe that black people are the true Native Americans of America, but that's a whole different subject on some part. But as far as the hatred towards us, I think it's misunderstanding of black people. Like, we celebrate it in sports and everything we do, but you always that black person that, he's always that black doctor, the black lawyer, the black accountant, and just saying he's a man. But then they start hating on us because if we do get successful in this world, it seems like no matter what accomplishment you get, you're still going to be hated on for some reason, just because of your skin, not because of your content of your character, but just your skin color. And that's the first thing people see, and that's what I don't really understand. And I talk about it a lot because it affects me working in the public with people, and it's not like they see you and then you could just tell in their eyes the way they're going to react or what they're going to say. And sometimes they don't have to say anything. It's just the way they look at you. And I know it's harsh for black women because they the one in the top organizations, top lawyers, executive, and all that. And I know they get it with the sexism and racism.
Sister Casey, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Not to cut you out, Chris. Sister Casey talk about that on her channel, especially about Black history, man, and about how we are as people, as far as where we stand in today's society, even after so many years. That's something that we have we spoke about. She spoke about on her channel also.
Okay. I'm going to get on her channel again. I'm gonna follow her on the channel.
Yeah, follow Casey, man.
I'm finna follow Casey.
Yeah, man. Follow Casey, man. Casey McDaniel, man. Follow her definitely on her channel, man, because she speak a lot of truth, man. So definitely
gotta follow Casey. Gotta follow Casey.
I speak a lot on it. I was just telling Dion I had an incident where I was servicing this Mexican guy. It's from Mexico, and he saw I came back to do a follow-up visit for the service I provided. Do I need to pay you? No, you good because you went between the warranty. He said, oh, okay, thank you. I was showing him what to do. And we just started chatting for like 30 minutes. He said, you good people. I said, in my opinion, I know I'm good. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a serviceman, but also I'm being a human being. But, you see the skin color because they was told something different where they're from about black people. And then when they get to see, it's different type of black people, but I'm gonna say you see that black person who working, take care of his family, they go, oh, he's not that, he's this. I'm like, but why you got to categorize me as in a nutshell? I am a worker, I'm a nice person, that's what I'm doing. I'm because you're paying me for a service. I'm not gonna treat you a different way if I see you out and about in public. I'm gonna still greet you and shake your hand, how you doing? And talk to you. It's not about the service, but they perception of black people when they come over here is different. But we don't have a perception. I don't have a perception of other races of people. I just get to know you and see how your character is. If your character is something I like, I move around, and I don't just judge you because of that, because you're this one color. I've never was raised that way. My mother always told me we bled the same and all this other stuff. But that's what I grew up like.
But you know what? That's one thing I can say though, bro, Chris. we as black people, as from when we grew up, you know, our parents really didn't. Well, I ain't gonna say really. They never taught us hate. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
to me, racism and stuff of that nature is taught. That ain't something
Yes.
that you grow up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be racist. I don't like this certain race. I don't like that certain race. Well, I don't like this person because of due to their religion or their race, or you know what I mean." They're just like they looking at us. We're stereotyped so much. Like say, okay, just like me. Okay, I got 2 earrings in my ear, and I walk by. I don't look. Ain't far from a thug, but I'll be stereotyped upon by, oh, if he got earrings in his ear, or if he has a chain on his neck, then you know, oh, you need to watch yourself. You need to lock your doors. Because I mean, you know, the first time that I experienced that, man, it blew my mind that I walk past your car and you start locking your doors. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How is it that you're going to lock your doors because I passed by your vehicle? But of course, that stuff like that is taught. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Yes.
so like I said, we as a race, we not taught to hate other races. You know what I'm saying? Now, if anybody should be more, you know, mad or upset, let's go back to slavery times. You know what I'm saying? We should be, as a race, we should be the most angriest people in the world.
Yeah.
But we're not taught that. We're not taught to go out there and dislike a person because they have less than you, or you're not taught to hate someone because of their religion or the stereotype of person. Because we could say this, and I mean this in all due respect. What they taught us to say, hey, you know what, y'all, you see white people, hey man, they ain't no good for you. You don't talk to them. You only talk to your race. We ain't taught that. We're not taught that. But other races are taught to this because honestly, in the stigma that they had put upon us, even to other countries, bro, I've sat there and watched that people, when the thing with George Floyd came around, bro, did you see how people, they had the Amish come out about hatred toward our race, man. Bro, Amish don't come out for nothing. When that George Floyd came out, man, you saw the people understanding, because when it started becoming, they're shooting down our young black men and young black women and children and stuff of that nature, man. You saw all the people in solidarity going around putting up signs and setting forth things for us as a race.
Yep.
Bro, they know that the hatred that we have in this country for us because of our skin color. You see what I'm saying? So this is the thing that I've seen, and it blows your mind because you be like, wow, man, you know, and you wonder like, well, man, ain't nobody never taught us how to hate. You know, my mom didn't teach us how to hate. Nobody, I'm pretty sure nobody on this panel, parents taught them how to hate another race. And you should have the freedom to do as you such, because remember they said the land of the free, but it also says skin is our sin. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I mean, so ain't that a kind of contradiction? You know what I mean? If you say the land of the free, that means regardless of your color, your race, whatever, we should be free. But then as we see in society and the news media and everything, which they portray a lot of things in the news media that is not true, but we're seeing it firsthand on how people are losing their lives because of what? Unarmed young black brothers, unarmed young women, unarmed children are getting shot down like dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing about hatred, man. But you know, there again, we can go back to religion, you know. But like they say, I was speaking to a young lady, man. I think she was from Pakistan and something, about from Jerusalem and everything else. And you know, the funny thing she said, you know, and I wasn't saying this in sarcastically or anything, but I told her, she was like, well, yeah, they think we all terrorists. I said, well, they all think we thugs. So hey, welcome to the world then.
For real, you ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the society. Welcome to America as best, the land of the free.
Well, America. To me, they rush into America and then they see how it is and they go back home, because it's like, well, you got to work here. I mean, you come from an island, or you come from a tropical place where it's all that, and you come to America like, man, you gotta really work here. You gotta do it. But you know, it's hyped up. You know, it's hyped up to me. But I was going to today. Something happened. I got something to eat, and this guy from the gym just called me in, and we just started chatting. So I was asking him, like, you know, about the gym, blah blah blah, and he just happened to something about race. He said, I ran track. I went to some school in Missouri City that's very diverse. And he said, you know what this guy told me? I said, what? He said, since I'm white guy and I like outdoors, he said, you shouldn't hang around black people. You should hang around your own kind. And he was like, but why? He said, because you're an outdoorsman. They're not. He said, but why? He kept saying, but why? To this guy, and this guy was offering him a scholarship from UTSA to go to SFA, and he turned it down. And he said, that's when I dropped out of school and just started working. He said, but the man wanted me to be with my own race instead of hanging around these. He said, but I grew up in a very diverse community. I didn't see that. And I was like, wow. I mean, I don't know why he came at me like that. We weren't even talking about that. We were talking about working out because it's a workout play. And I was like, how? But he wasn't taught hate. He wasn't taught hate. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't taught hate by his family. He said, I wasn't taught that stuff. But this man was telling me when I got older that I shouldn't do this. I should do. I was like, well, that's a prime example of not a person who's not taught hate.
Right.
And, you know,
and like I said,
and I was like, wow, and he was 27 years old. So, but I read a report that says that it says that the older people who are prejudiced, they're extinct now, but they're trying to instill it to their kids and their grandkids. But a lot of them are not heaving the words of it. Now, there's still some there, though. Don't get me wrong. There's still some there. Don't get me wrong, but I think as far as the judging of the skin is not going to be in the future, we might be dead and gone, but it's going to be more of economics and all that other stuff that goes on in the world today.
Wow.
But you know, the craziest thing about it is we're not only separated by race, but we're separated by bank accounts.
Oh, 100%.
Big time.
You see what I'm saying? So that means, oh, well, you only make how much a year? Oh my God, I can't hang around you. You see what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, hold on. So, you know what I'm saying? But that goes back to, you know, things like that is like when you think you're bigger than a person, or you step on or spit on a person, because it said in the word, bro, it says you make them your footstool. You know what I'm saying? So you the thing of it is God will bring, you know, fast as you get it, the faster He take it. You see what I'm saying? So we just have to understand that we have to do what we are put here to do. You know what I mean? Stop worrying about what everybody else do, but we got to do it, and we have to do this, and we can do this in numbers. You know, these are the type of discussions that some people are scared to talk about because they don't want to offend anybody. We're not saying it in a disrespectful way. We're speaking the truth. And I'm pretty sure the same people see what we see, but they're not going to speak on it because now they're going to be judged because, oh, how dare you, you know, back up the black people and the Mexican people and the, you know what I'm saying? I mean, That's the thing. And I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? But we have to speak on these type of things because if we don't, you know what I'm saying? Because it might be a few of us that we still have those morals instilled in us. Like I said, we weren't taught to hate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We didn't taught, you don't like a white boy. Or you don't like a white, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know, that's something that we're not taught. You know what I'm saying? So we have to do as people, man, like I said, but the thing of it is we can't continue to do the same thing over and over. There again, some people don't want change.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear, Brother Shaq, did you hear what Sister Casey said? Black co-workers of mine wanted me to participate in a baby shower for a white woman. They never let her child come into my classroom. I declined. That's strange.
I understand.
That's
horrible, man. That's horrible.
She must be a teacher.
That is crazy, man. You know, and that's Casey. Would you like to share? You come up here and share your story about that? I mean, you're more than welcome. You know what I'm saying? Or if anybody else wanted that's in the bush, anybody would like to come share it, man. The link is up. Do I need to send the link again?
Send that link again.
Yeah, that's what I say. Because I would love to hear that. That's pretty interesting.
I look at people from, my mother always told me this in life. look at that person's character. Don't look at their skin. Because I try to do my best with that. You know, because I've been told by black folk, you got a pet bull and wear a gold chain. And I was like, damn, it was a black woman, educated man. When she told me this, I think I was in my 20s. I said, I came at you correct. And I wasn't even talking to her. I was a serviceman, but then she categorized me in a character. I was like, oh, wow. And I left like very disappointed, but I was like, I don't even want to service her anymore because I already see how she sees me as.
Right.
But did I come off that way? And I was like, I don't think I did. Polite, how you doing, ma'am? Da, da, da. But we just got on the subject. I like to talk, and she came at me like that. I go, wow. I said, right now, at the time, I had an English bulldog.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on, excuse me. Yeah. I didn't mean to cut y'all, brother.
All right.
I have the esteemed. I feel so grateful that my mother-in-law is in the chat.
Hey.
Which is that see no skin color, which is a Caucasian, which is she loves us and never made me feel anything different as and invited me into her family with open arms, brother, with open arms. You know what I'm saying? And she will relate to what we're saying because she backs us 100% because she has biracial children. So you know what I'm saying? So I tell you, I love you, Mom, and I appreciate you coming in. I really do.
Much love.
Yeah, that's my mother-in-law.
Much love.
Welcome, Mr. Smith.
Nice to see you here again. I ain't seen you in a while. This is Strickland. We were talking about you earlier. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. So like she said, I love my brothers and sisters. See what I'm saying? My mother-in-law, like I said, the whole family, when it came to the family, man, and let me speak on it. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother Chris. I promise you I didn't, brother. I just want to say, when it came to them as open with my open, I have never felt anything outside of anything, brother, when it came to her. She always welcomed me with open arms. You know what I'm saying? Her and her mother and her father, they always welcome me with open arms. You know what I'm saying? So I can't never say I felt anything different. You know what I'm saying? They welcome me. So that was something that I tell them, that's really, like I told you, remember we spoke about family, that's the family that I consider my family because they welcome me with open arms, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what something I really appreciate. And like I said, again, I love you, Mom. So yeah, man, go and speak on it, brother. I'm like I said.
Yeah. Well, KC McDaniels, I want to hear a story about this situation here.
Hello, KC. Welcome, Miss McDaniel.
I don't know. Y'all can hear me without the echo.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah, we can hear you greatly without the echo.
Yeah, you clear. I can hear you.
We can hear you. Look, the stage is yours.
I don't know. I'm having an echo. I don't know. But I'm on my phone right now, but I'm not on my laptop.
You're the only one that hears it.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing well.
Blessed.
Always blessed. Yes. Go ahead. The show is yours.
Because the thing is that while I'm talking to you guys,
Hello?
What happened?
Hello?
You there?
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can anybody in the chat tell me if they can hear us or not? Can you give us a thumbs up or you hear us? Yes, no, kind of, sort of.
Brother Strick, can you hear?
Yeah, I hear you fine, sir.
Oh, okay, good deal.
Yeah.
I want to know if anybody in the chat can hear us.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to go out and then come back in.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mhm. But I ain't talking about. I'm a people talker. You
Right.
feel me? I know I meet people and I talk.
I'm gonna have to get back on my laptop.
All right.
Okay.
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 Oh yeah, they hear us.
Okay. They hear us. Okay. Good. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Straight, can you? I remember you say can you hear can you see the chat now?
Yeah, I can see the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So definitely, like I said, hey, Strick. So would you like to elaborate on that till Sister Casey come back, man, about what we were speaking about, brother?
In regards to
Let me
how we proceed,
let me ask you. I want to ask you a question. How was it for you as a black officer in law enforcement?
Yeah.
I would love to hear that part.
For real.
wow, it was hard because I didn't toe the line. You know, I didn't fall into the group of the blue line or the clique. I did my own thing, and I didn't care whether you liked it or you didn't. And if you did something in front of me, then you wanted me to say it because that's, you know, I didn't believe in that code. So, and I caught a lot of heat for it. I was a whistleblower. You know, if you did something wrong, you did it. I don't give a damn. Fight, go with it. It was not an easy task being and being from the North. It was different because I'm from New York. I've been riding the trains and the subways and the public paths since I was 7 years old, going from the Bronx to New Jersey. You know, riding through downtown, going to the South Bronx. You know, I mean, I always was aware that people were intimidated by I'm a dark complected young man. I was a dark complected young man. I'm a dark complected old man now. And I remember coming to the South and my mother being from Georgia, and she knew I was moving to Texas. She said, "Son, I want you to be careful. You a dark skinned black male. You stocky. You know, you're gonna be automatically intimidated by it. These people are gonna be intimidated by you." I was like, "What you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I lived the life of it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be intimidated, but I'm used to that shit. But I wasn't aware of how it was in the white community in the South. It's different, man. And then if you're an intellectual, that's even worse. I've seen some things in some of the poorest parts of the South in Louisiana where I was like, y'all gotta be crazy. Ain't no way in the world, you know. So I would be that one that would get hurt because I don't know how to keep my mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? And I followed through with that in law enforcement. But the thing is that my reputation was well enough where I wasn't fucked with, to be, excuse my French, but they just didn't mess with me. Right. And I knew that I was articulate, I was capable. And if they had a book that and a policy and a procedure, the first day I got written up. And because I got the policy and procedure and I threw it up in the closet, man. I'm getting paid. You know, I'm young. I ain't thinking about that policy and procedure.
Straight up.
And I took that policy procedure and I got it bound at Kinko's and I read it through and through. And when I read it through and through, after that, it was like, you will never, ever use your policy and procedure to beat me. And from that point on, they never messed with me no more. And I spent 20 years with them. And then I went from patrol I became a chief. And it was about, if you're getting hired, if you want to be bullied, if you want to bully people, you're getting hired for the wrong reasons because I'm going to fire you. I'm going to get rid of you.
Right.
So
I wouldn't tolerate it. Basically wouldn't tolerate it.
No, wouldn't tolerate it. I took being a black officer more to the fact that I'm going to do things the way it's supposed to be done for everybody. And I wasn't respected for it, but I didn't give a damn.
Right.
I didn't give a damn. It's not easy, though. I would not wish that job on anyone right now, to be in law enforcement and to be black. It's got to be tormenting because society has been, the law has been put in place for us to be subjected to it. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you go in a courtroom, any city, state, or federal court building, when you look in there, look and see who the complexion is of the individuals that are sitting in that court. the majority of them will be black and brown. And that is how the system is. And it's how it is in the jails. And it's been that way. I know this is an uplift and we want to uplift, but we got to talk reality. Reality is that this system has been put in place for us to be held back as much as possible. The only way we can get past that is by being individual owners and properties and businesses and pull each other up and work with each other and communicate. Because if we don't, there's people in the court system and in the legislature right now trying to find ways to stop your kids from getting anything or doing anything. They're in place right now. So we have to be able to come together and talk to one another and bring this out and then move beyond it. Now, what do we do? You may be intimidated by me, but let me use this intimidation to my benefit. My benefit, use my intellect to my benefit. So I'm gonna take everything and I'm gonna use it all to my benefit, not negative, but I'm gonna make it work. And that's what I did when I came down here. I didn't know nobody. I've never been here before in my life. Never been. I remember running up and down the stairs at the summit, selling popcorn and peanuts. I remember going to the police academy and not having an egg to eat. Or the bus fare to get on the bus to get there. So the struggle was real, and there was times when I thought I could use that intimidation. Because there was one time I wanted that 99. I don't know if y'all remember them 99-cent hot dogs you can get stop and go.
Right.
Man, look here. I didn't want to rob the stop and go. I don't want to rob it. I just wanted 2 hot dogs, man. I was hungry.
Right.
I was hungry. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? See, the thing about it is, Strick, you're not being nowhere close to nowhere close to negative. You're being real in the reality, and you're basically telling us your journey as not only as a black man in society, but also a black officer in law enforcement. Because you look at everything today's times is like, are you judged? You know what I'm saying? Because they have those ones like yourself that are true to. I'm here to abide by the law, or am I here to just try to fit in as you said?
They do, and they have the good and they have the bad, brother. They have the good black ones, they have the bad black ones. They got the good white ones, they got the bad white ones. They got the good Mexican, and it goes on and on. Yeah. They got them. Mm-hmm. But the reality is that the way that they put them out there, when officers, their hiring process is wrong. They hire them because they're qualified but not capable. You understand?
Wow.
Qualified, but they're never capable all the time. They don't have a distinctive way to determine those individuals that are capable of using their emotions and their abilities and their powers as police officers for the benefit of those that they're providing the service for, as opposed to their own personal gain. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Understood. Definitely understood.
So, that's the biggest issue that we have. These 5 black officers that just did what they did with that young man, there is no other punishment other than life in prison in jail. Okay, there is no other punishment. That is every single officer that was there, and that camera turned. So that means somebody else was watching it. Every single individual to be subjected to it. So, white or black. And sometimes, minorities, unfortunately, when they become law enforcement, there's a lot of times where they do a true disservice to their community, man.
Wow.
They do a true disservice, and it's frustrating, because if you're held down in every respect by those that you expect to be held down by, and then all of a sudden with those that you don't expect to hold you back, that's when it's like, it becomes demoralizing for youngsters.
Wow. And, for us, never been into law enforcement, but it's interesting to hear though, man, because, and today's how and we start by talking about hate, and that was one thing that we brought up is about, why we're hated. And Chris brought that topic up. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because when we say about hatred toward not only like between your race, your religion, your creed, whatever the case may be, but now why, officers are hated by the community, of course, what's going on. You see what I'm saying? And not everybody's, like you said, not everybody's bad. Hey, close. Hold on for a second. I'm sorry, y'all.
You gotta close the
window.
window.
Close one of those windows out in you on your laptop.
Yes.
Okay, so
You hear
you
me?
go click on click off of YouTube and go to click off YouTube and just make sure you close that window out and then go to StreamYard.
Yeah, I did.
That's it.
Is that it?
So y'all can hear me better now?
Oh yeah. Do you have echo on your end?
No.
It's a little echo, but like I said, did you close it out?
Wait, hold on. Now, how about that?
Hello. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
here.
there you
Yeah,
go.
you
That's
good
better.
now. It's a little
Okay,
echo, but it's
again.
okay.
A little
It's okay.
echo.
You.
Can
Wait a minute. I don't hear no echo though.
do anybody else hear echo besides me?
When you talk,
When you talk, yeah, I hear it. Now we're hurt.
Okay, well let me go to my audio then. Let me see.
there you go.
Let me see.
Yeah, you got an echo, bro.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to my audio.
Y'all gotta excuse me tonight because I'm dealing with this coming down with a head cold.
Oh, that ain't good.
We'll have to listen past the head code here in New York.
See now I can hear. I can
you
hear.
hear
I
my
can
New
hear
York
you guys.
accent.
Everybody's got it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I just closed out the echo
I don't
cancellation.
hear it.
Say something strict or say somebody,
I don't hear
anybody
it.
else.
Yo.
Yeah, see you now. You heard the echo then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Oh man, hold on. Let's see.
I don't hear no echo.
Let me go back to my audio. Click that. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, it's still. I don't know what. Let me see something. Hello. Yeah, I still.
Yo.
I don't know. I don't. We hear an echo. Let me see, Casey. Hold on. Let me see. I tell you what. Why don't everybody mute and see if that'll work. No, not you, Casey. Not you, Casey. Go ahead and talk.
Okay, how y'all doing this evening?
Doing good,
Happy
Casey.
pre-Valentine's to everyone. I was just telling you in my chat about what happened with a coworker of mine's. They was given a baby shower for the secretary at the school. Now the secretary at the school, she's white. She also has a little white child. And her child is signed up for my after school program. Now y'all listening to me?
Yeah.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
It's a school, which is a program for, and it's a enrichment program. So her child is on my roster to be in my classroom. The program started since the school year, which is in September. The school year started in September. So the thing is, she's also goes to our daytime program for the regular school hours, and of course the teacher is white. So since her child been signed up on my program, I came to her several times. I asked her, when is she coming to class? Because I can't, it's not fair that I'm holding her on my roster and I don't have any other, I could get another child to be in that place that will benefit from the program. And she said,
Wow.
because it's a long, yeah, it will benefit from the program. So she did say to me that it's okay that we could remove her off the thing because she's not going to come, whatever, whatever. But I was feeling some type of way that the child is not coming to the program because maybe I'm the teacher there and because I'm black. The teacher that she goes to in the daytime is a white teacher. So I felt some type of way about that. And I remember one time she did come in the she reported to the classroom, and the little girl started, whimpering a little bit, a little crying or whatever. And I said to her, is everything okay? So when I went over to the child to console the child, to make sure the child was okay and to sit with her and try to talk with her, the other teachers, which are black, okay, came over and they was like, oh, what's wrong? I don't want to say the child's name, but let's say her name is Linda. Oh, Linda, what's wrong? Petting up. I'm okay. She's okay. You know what I'm saying? I said, the more y'all come over here while I'm over here right now, just trying to let the child know it's okay. She's safe. And I'm here for whatever she might need. Because some children, when they get set into a new environment, they get kind of like scared. But it's the lead teacher's job to make sure that she comes to the child so her and that child can build that relationship and the child can feel, safe with the teacher. They didn't give me that chance. Before they all came running over there. Oh, what's wrong? Because she's a little white girl and she's like the only little white girl in my classroom.
Wow, that's dumb.
And I felt really disgusted. And I wasn't disgusted with the mother about it, but I was disgusted with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were interrupting things. Instead of allowing me to work here in the school setting, because I started off with everybody, when you first come into this work as an early life educator, the first place the best start at is start from the bottom. You start working with the local centers and get your little training there. Then you go to the more upper, corporate centers. And I started working for the corporate centers before I entered into the school settings with the, school-age children and that type of setting. So the thing is that these people don't have that type of background and training that I have. So I already know what to do when I feel a child has that type of temperament where the child is feeling, oh, I'm the only child in here, and feeling a little afraid. And she's in a more larger setting. And as the child is, transitioning from one part of the classroom, where it's a smaller setting to a larger setting in a classroom. So I have to come in and feel like, make the child feel safe enough to want to be there. And then the child and me will build that relationship. And then after a while, the child will just move on. You know what I'm saying? But when other educators just come jumping in the way, it kind of blocks my work.
Mm-hmm.
But and
what? That's what
I'm sorry,
hello?
Casey. No, I meant to say this. I was going to say it because you see, again, it goes back to what we were saying earlier about, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. But I just wanted to kind of say something on that part of when you were saying that is due to you're not taught hatred. You're educated, don't matter what the color. You're about the teaching that child. You ain't sitting there distinguishing if they're black, white, Hispanic, or whatever. You're taught
exactly.
not to hate. You see what I'm saying? So you're there for the education, not for what color their skin. So I just want to say
exactly. And then on top of that, because I have been in, and also from my own personal experience, of being the only little black girl in my classroom when I was a young child. So I had to reflect on those things and how it had helped me be able to, be able to come to get to know the other children, like move on and Then I started finding little friends in the classroom because this is a new setting for her. They didn't even allow me to have that opportunity before they all came over there. Like I was doing something like the child didn't want to be there. She probably wanted to be there, but they didn't give me a chance to really allow her to be there. And it's like the mother and everything. Also, because she's the only white, well, she's the white secretary that works there, and she was having her baby shower this week, and I feel some kind of way. She's blocking. She also probably didn't want the child to be in my classroom because of the way they probably plug things into her head, and she want to be a part of that little cahoots with them. So she probably, and I'm talking about these are black teachers, black educators, staff or whatever, adults. Not all of them are educated. Some are just parents. Well, they still teachers, but some of them, I think they are blessing blocking. And sometimes, like when we having this discussion about black people, right? And how sometimes like white people try to, put a stigma on us or whatever. Like stop us from and not want to accept us in to be equal with them. I have experienced more black people, and I'm gonna keep it real.
Keep it.
Been hurting their own people more than any other kind of people. I have experienced that, and I watched that throughout almost in my entire life. Even when I was going to school, the only little black girl in the classroom, my little white friends treated me so much nicer. And then when I had my family, we was transient all the time.
Yeah.
So I spent my time in the city of New York, moving from one borough to one place to another, because that's how it was. My mother didn't always want to keep us in. It was just like, she never kept us just wanting to be around black people.
Yeah.
She wanted to give us a more different exposure of how we survive being around others than just seeing ourselves. And sometimes just to let us see us on our own. And
Sister KC,
when I went to a school...
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, that was exactly what you were saying. That's how I was raised. My mother wanted me to be. My mother was a child of immigration, so she always told us that I went to a black middle school, but I went to a predominantly white and middle school and high school. So I was. I mean, you got to think, come from the hood into the setting. I was being honest. I told this white kid, I thought y'all was rich. Y'all didn't go to school. But then he said, shit, I'm more poor than you probably. And I said, I didn't think I was poor because I've never heard, we was, all on the welfare. But I said, I didn't think I was poor. But yes, he wasn't well off as I was, put it like that. I found out that they went through the same shit we went through. But you're absolutely right. I'm sorry, go back and talk. I'm sorry, I had to tell you that.
No, I just wanted to just say that I had that experience in my early life beginning, like we were just talking about, how sometimes certain things are just set up for us to fail. Yes, some things are set up in some, I would say, in the laws and everything, these things that happen within the law to hinder us or to just to be against us. But there is always a way through the loophole or somewhere. There is a loophole somewhere. I think I spoke about this one day on one of my lives about this light being at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes when you think something is against you, it's really not against you. It's to help you. You just find that light. You got to find that way. Like a lot of things, like I said, my parents put me in a school with white kids. It was me and my siblings and all of us, but we wasn't all in the same classrooms and we all different age groups or whatever. But I remember predominantly white schools. Not saying I was the only black child. There were other black children in the classroom, but we specs, And I remember my little white friends were always so kind. They would want to help me. Like if they had brought lunch, they would help. Sometimes if I didn't have what they have, they would be kind enough to share. And I'm going back in the 70s.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm you know, I agree. But
I remember going to my little white friend's house and everything, and their parents were asking if I could go on certain trips with them and picnics and stuff. You know how black people feel about the picnic, right?
Yeah, true that.
But they, not really. It would be like an outing. We'll go out. We'll go to like a what you call this? Like a park somewhere, a picnic park. They have the picnic tables and stuff. They have a pool out there and everything. The white friends, like I played with or whatever like that, they'll come over my mom's house. My mother had a mixture of all different types of friends. She had people from all different backgrounds. She had a Jamaican friend, neighbor. This is how the community was when I was growing up. You had a Jamaican neighbor from a different, ethnic background or whatever. My mother had Hispanic friend, a Puerto Rican friend, lady that was Puerto Rican, a neighbor. She also had some people that was from Panama. This is Brooklyn, okay? She had also some neighbors, this one woman that used to come over to the house and everything. She was Italian. Exactly. I'm telling you. So I had that. My father was on a totally different level, okay? He was because he was a black man. He did serve in the Korean War at a very young age. He was drafted as a young boy to serve in Korea. So a lot of things he experienced from that experience, it kind of like had him have a different outlook on a view of certain things that happened, And through his time growing, like he was born in the 1930s, okay, 1936.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he was born in the South.
Wow.
So it was different.
That's crazy, man. And that's the thing. And when you start speaking on case, and like I said, my apologies, I didn't try to cut you off, but I just was kind of elaborating on what you were saying. And the funny thing about it is I've experienced a lot of things where, as far as our own race, and when you spoke about that, like I'm at a hotel and I see it, and my own people sit there and look me up and down. But you get a person that's other races as far as Caucasian or Hispanic or any else, they basically smile and welcome you like, hey, how you doing? Hey man, you doing a good job, whatever. Give you more credit than your own people give you credit. You know what I'm saying? And also to speak on that is, like I said, far as this, and then I'm giving my mother-in-law is in here, and my mother-in-law again is Caucasian, but again, I look at her as my family, because I remember one day we was out, Mom, and I don't know if Mom remember this, when I called her, I said, hey Mom, whatever, and the people kind of looked at me like, what you mean, Mom? You know what I mean? So what does it matter because my skin color is different? Why does it matter? If I address her as Mom, that's what it should be. Don't worry about her skin color. You see what I'm saying? So that's where society has become. You know what I'm saying? Where we thought we was away from that, but that's something that hasn't left, and it's not going. I don't believe it's going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because people gonna have their own perceptions. Again, racism is taught. You know what I'm saying? It's taught.
It is taught, and then you got some black people, right? Like you said, you're in an interracial marriage, right?
No.
There's not a lot of black men like you.
No, my wife is
biracial. In these, huh?
No, my wife is biracial.
I'm sorry.
No, I was saying my wife.
Oh,
your
wife is biracial.
Yeah, she's biracial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, your wife is biracial. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I met some black men that has been married to white women and any other kind, and they just totally just dog sisters. They just talk so badly about us and everything, and I think that's just so wrong, because you can't put us all in the same category as those kind of stereotypes of black women, because I'm not like that.
Right. But again,
you can't generalize us.
Right.
And
I would agree.
Well, I understand what you're saying. Sometimes it's the bad ones who overshadow the good ones.
Right, but see, that's what I
Because
said.
there's so
But
many of them out there. Like you look at these reality shows. That's not me.
oh wow, oh
You know
wow,
what I'm saying?
oh look, that's a whole.
I
other
mean,
line.
really.
You know they're scripted, right? It's not really reality.
Yeah,
They feed into those. They the ones who sell that stereotype against us, and those are the kind of black people that are holding us back. Those are the ones that I don't celebrate them. And every black woman wants her booty bam out there and loud and catty and disrespectful and bad parenting and things like that. You know, those kind of stereotypes that we gotta have these long hair weaves and fingernails that look like Edward Scissorhands and just overdoing everything. It's just like that's all materialistic. They so coveted. They all gotta compete with each other to have this and have that. That's not all of how we all are. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
True, that is
These
true.
ones that they put on television that act the way that they do. And I gotta say, even some of the ones that I see acting like the video that went viral on what's her name again? Jaguar, right?
Oh, yeah.
When she was behaving the way she was, that kind of, behavior in a airport because of her luggage when she was on the line to get her luggage and she started having a meltdown and being disrespectful and acting out like that, acting out of order like that. And even some black people that go inside certain places and they order food and somebody's cooking your food and you giving them, you cussing them out for your order. That's not me.
Yeah. But
If anything, if I'm going to go out there and I'm going to represent my black people, I'm always going to put my best forward.
Absolutely. I would agree with you 100%. Because we already have a stigma against us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm trying to change people's way of looking at us. That's why I do it. It's not even about me. It's about who's behind me or who's watching. You know what I mean? It's for somebody else.
Right.
That I gotta act a certain way to help somebody else out there. That they would be given the same, when they come in the store, they can serve them well. And they can say, oh, nice, these are the kind of... Because when I sometimes hear about these racist stuff, it's not for all of us.
Right.
It's just some of them just overshadow things. I have been inside, stopped at the gas station here. There are plenty of white men that have helped pump my gas, or if I had a problem with I need air in my tire and I had to stop and I was really struggling with it, and there was plenty of white men that stopped by and said, do you need any help with that?
Wow.
Very nicely. Right. I have been served very well at the counter, and I'm not just only going to say white people, but there's always been other kinds of other people who have treated me well in service. Now, the only people I really have a problem with, and I'm going to keep it real, is Asian, is Chinese people for some reason. They're difficult.
I'll give you to it. Some of them just don't know us.
They could be very rude. No, they know us long enough. We do more business with them than anybody else. We go to their restaurants all the time, to their little restaurants. To go buy hair supplies, get our nails done, and everything else like that. We are their biggest consumers.
Hold up, Big Brother Strick got a question.
But they still treat us so rude.
Now, I don't mean to bring nothing negative, but I gotta just ask because has anyone in the panel ever been called a nigga in anger, with aggression, with hatred, to their face?
Nope.
I have not. I can't say I have.
I haven't.
I haven't when I was in 6th grade by a teacher.
Yes, I
As an
have.
adult, I'm
I
asking.
have
As an
Mr.
adult.
B's. I'll never forget him. I'll never forget
But
him.
as a
Long
child,
time
it
ago,
matters
boy,
as well.
yeah, I mean,
We're talking
as an
about
adult,
when anger involved that it's meant
oh
to
no,
hurt you.
not as an adult, not as an adult.
Okay, I've had that happen to me several times.
Oh wow.
It is a
Not as an adult, not as an
demoralizing thing when you're there to do good by people. You know what I'm saying? Until you feel that, because that doesn't come from everybody, and I know more than every black or white person is racist or anything like that. But there are those that are out there that are taught that hatred, and it's ever present, man, and it's disappointing. But I would not. It would be remiss of me to ignore it and just say that, you know, they're good out there. Yeah, there's good of all of us, but there is a bit of hatred that is holding, whether it be economically, socially, that we have to overcome.
Wow, that's crazy. Hey, but I want to say, sorry, brother Sir Miguel. Sir Miguel been sitting there waiting, and I know he got a lot to say, man. But definitely not saying nobody value, but I just want to just welcome them to the panel. I just wanted to do that, man. You can continue straight, but I just want to welcome to the panel.
Hey, Sel Miguel.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Hey, brother Miguel.
Good.
Hold on,
Brother
sir.
D,
We're
Casey,
doing all right.
Shaq, and Brother Strick. How y'all doing?
All right.
Yeah, man. I mean, but yeah, man. I mean, you can elaborate on it, man, because we just was sharing, man, about different things that we felt, you know, because again, bro, Chris had brought that up, man, about the hatred in today's society and everything, and we just wanted, you know, just to hear your viewpoint on it, because we know that, you know, and especially when Casey was talking about as far as the school system is how I know you spoke highly of that. And matter of fact, me and Strick was talking about you earlier, brother Miguel, because he was like, man, do that brother raise his kid by himself? I said, yes, he's a single father. And again, because we spoke of you, man, and you came across us, man, and we spoke highly of you once again, brother.
Oh no, I appreciate that. Yes, it's being a single father can be challenging, but for me, it's rewarding at the same time. Because it not only gives us perspective of how to raise my son, but it helps me look at myself as a man and challenge myself as a man how to raise this young male in the society that is not only evil, but can be harsh to people like him. So if you want to talk about racism, I'm gonna use him for an example. He gets it from all sides, to be honest with you. Because of the way he processes things, because of the way he thinks, and the way he looks at people.
I'm sorry, brother Miguel. Hey, can everybody just
Yeah.
mute so we won't get this feedback a little bit? Because I don't know. I think I'm just gonna mute mine so that way we can see if we can, if everybody mute. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. So it's and I'm trying to teach him about racism and kind of letting him know that these things do occur and they're going to occur. So for him to try to process is a little different compared to how we would process it, because like I say, they see the world way different than we do. And a lot of times they don't know how to accept other people's feelings because their feelings are not that of sort of normalcy in a way. Um, but at the end of the day, I'm very honored to be a father. Uh, I'm very honored to have my son in my life. I'm privileged to have him in my life, and he's teaching me more and more every day what it is not only to be a man, but to be a man raising a son who sort of walks in his shadows and vice versa. So we're like best friends at the same time. And I would tell anybody, whether you're a single parent or you have two in the household, just keep in mind that you're going to be the example that they see and hear all the time because you're their first love, whether it be a single mother, single father, or both parents. So just give them all the love and nurturing that they need because at the end of the day, this world is not only getting worse, but it's going to become so tumultuous that even us as adults have to be aware what we say, how we, what we say, what we do, how we do it, and where we stand, because the fight is going to continue way after we're gone anyway. That's pretty much all I have.
Wow. Awesome, bro. Awesome. Like I said, man, we know you're gonna give some words of wisdom, man, and we really appreciate that, man. And when anybody would like to elaborate on that, man, like I said, Brother Miguel, once again, we thank you, brother, for coming up on the panel, man. It's always a pleasure, brother. Always pleasure, man.
But,
when I say always, I mean always.
I would like to elaborate on that, brother. I see where brother. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We
I would like to elaborate, brother. What he said struck me at the heart because my son was that way. Like I said, my son excelled in sports, and he, being biracial, he didn't really fit in with a lot of the black kids at the school because he was athletic, but they saw him, like he said, in a different light because his thinking and thought process was maybe different, or maybe he was just not as hip and cool with him because I thought it was the clothes that made you cool, but more the attitude, and he more liked everybody. He just didn't categorize himself in one bubble. He liked it everybody. And if he didn't like you, he didn't speak to you. Trust me, he didn't speak to you at all. He muted you like you was not even there. Because if you know you didn't like him for certain reasons, he didn't talk to you. That's just how my son was, and still is to this day. But I felt that because I always asked him, I said, "You ain't got no black friends in sports?" He said, "No, Dad, they really don't like me." I said, "But you're an athlete." He said, "Yeah, we might talk on the field or whatever," because he played baseball and he ran track. But off the field, we never would say anything, not even in public. Like if they would be at a function, they wouldn't really speak to him. Some, maybe one or two, maybe that know him, they know me, or I know their dad. But if they was alone, they never spoke. And he only had mostly Hispanic friend, white friend, and Asian and Arabic friends. And I was like, hey, I'm cool with that. But I just always asked, like, why? And he went to a very diverse school. But I thought being an athlete, you would show have more black friends. But obviously, they only liked him on the field. And after that, they really didn't care about him. And I was like, because he was a little bit, I can't spell the word, start with a D, dyslexic, something a little bit of like that. But I feel what Sir Miguel saying. It's hard because we as black people, we look at people like that differently, and they're not us, so we're not going to really mess with them. I trust me, I've been through that, and now I got a grandkid from him. So I'd like he said, your kid is your first example that you see every day. And I told my son that the other day, Brother Miguel, just to let him know that, hey, this kid's watching you like you watch me. So you got to be on a straightened path, But that's all I have to say there.
Hey, brother, that was Pop, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us, Chris. My lovely, beautiful, gorgeous wife is on the panel, you guys. And she wanted to elaborate on the biracial thing of living her life as her being, as they call it, different because she was biracial. And I told her to get on and kind of elaborate on that, man. So if y'all wouldn't mind, I'm going to give my baby the show.
Hello, everyone. Yes, he forced me on here.
What up, E?
What's going on, D and Sir Miguel and Casey and Chris and Strick and Sexy Man in the chat and Frankie and Johnny? Boy, we got everybody here.
And Mom is on there also now. Don't forget.
Oh Lord, hey Mom. The pressure is on. Growing up biracial is kind of different than growing up, I would say black or white. Just in my opinion, my experience of what I grew up, far as, when you at the house, you expect somebody to look like you. As far as your mom, your dad, somebody look like you. When you biracial, you don't have that person to look like you. My mom, she's white. My dad was black. So for me, I was always darker than my mom. So I was always told that I wasn't my mom's child, in some instances, and my dad, vice versa. So it was kind of hard to adjust and to get along with people because kids back in the day are ruthless. I don't know how they are now. Now they extreme ruthless. I don't know if I would have survived during this day and time growing up.
I know they take the drugs instead of selling them.
Right. Right. So I don't know, but for me growing up, it was just hard, like as a family dynamic growing up, because you always had these times of thinking like, are you really there? I mean, like, is that really your parent? Or how come nobody looks like you? Or growing up in school and stuff, it was kind of hard to get along with other peers just because I was lighter than the black girl, so I was too pretty to play with them. They didn't want them to play with me, or I was too dark to be with the white girls because I didn't look like them. And so it was kind of hard to find genuine friends. In high school, I kind of found my way into where I socialized with everybody and everybody accepted me. So it kind of got better. Then like junior year of high school was probably like the hardest year, and my mom probably tell you she wanted to kill me. But
Oh man.
I wilded out. I wilded out. I did everything I could to rebel and plus some, and just going through stuff mentally and stuff. But I kind of found out talking to other biracial kids and stuff that we had came to the terms that our blood does not mix well sometimes. So mentally, we're having a warfare on ourselves. Because you don't know where you're supposed to be at, who you're supposed to be at. I mean, let alone being a teenager trying to figure that out on top of, if you don't know if you're black, if you're white, if you're this or if you're that. So, it was just kind of hard. But I mean, one thing that stuck to me that my mom always gave to me and stuff and told me that if I deny one part of me, I would deny myself. Meaning as I have to accept the white side 100%, and I have to accept the black side 100%, because that's how I was made. So it was never to change like, oh, well, I'm just all the way black, or if I'm all the way white. No, I'm both. And I can never deny that. And I mean, as far as growing up with my parents always taught me self-love. And regardless of what anybody says, I was always, they taught me at home to be loved. And I think that's the biggest thing for it. And I mean, of course, racism was there. I got called all kinds of things, Oreo, mixed, and all kinds of harsh names that they had over there. And I didn't really experience the culture shock until I lived in Mississippi. And Mississippi, I thought everything that they taught us in school, like you read in the book and, you saw in movies, I thought that was all pretend until I actually lived there. And, I worked at a grocery store and a guy actually threw money at me and told me that's for my sack of taters and walked off. I was like, wow, I never got treated like that. And then, actually going down a road at the time was my boyfriend. And he was all the way black, grew up in there, and, and people tried to snatch me away from him, talking about, I'm not supposed to be with him. And I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, really, like, I was really culture shocked. I was really like thinking about, it's only in the movies. This only happens in the book. This not real life. And it really was. I mean, I just never knew how much racism played into life, real life, until I got older as an adult living in Mississippi. Now, let me say this. I only lived in Mississippi for a year and a half because I couldn't take it no more.
Man.
But it was really just, that was an eye opener for me as in racism. I just thought, the kids just tease you because you don't look like them and this and that, but it was nothing compared to what I, dealt with in real time and living in Mississippi. That was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. I remember coming at home at the time and like they really don't like us and they really don't want me to be with you. And he was just like, you just gotta know her. That's just how they are. And I'm just like, what? I didn't know how to handle it because, I just thought it was in the movies. So I could only imagine if I was just one way, but being both, it's a lot harder to fit in and to find your person because you're trying to find that balance to, you want everybody to like you for who you are. But, sometimes people don't see that. And I can remember that my grandfather, who is all the way white, and he was in the Navy and all that stuff. And he always told, don't play that racism game with me. He said, if I cut you, what color do you bleed? I said, red. He said, so if I cut myself, what color would I bleed? Red. He said, don't I need air to breathe? And I said, yeah. He said, don't you need air to breathe? He said, yeah. And he was like, so that means nothing makes us different. We're still the same in the inside. It's just our outsides. But some of us have scars. Some of us don't. We have different backgrounds and stuff. So he was just like, you don't be racist. You either like that person for who they are or you don't be with that person. So, that's just me, how I grew up as a biracial person.
Man, that's real. That's pretty deep.
And it's just another side just to show people, like, understand what, Black people go through and understand what white people go through. But as somebody, as a biracial with two different backgrounds, it's just a tad bit a little different because you're more confused because you don't have that person at home looking like you. You don't have somebody looking, you know what I mean? You may favor them, but you don't look like them. They're not the same skin color and stuff.
Thought of that, Erica. I never thought about it. I never thought of from that perspective of not having anyone looking like you. I just never.
Yeah, that's why I said I have to tell. I like to teach people education on that part because it's different. Saying when you grow up in a household and you don't look like that person, like you may look like you have the features, but the skin color. They tell you, oh, your hair is beautiful, but I don't have the same hair as my mom do. My mom has, blonde hair.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that. My dad had black hair, nappy hair. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
So then with me changing, like I changed so much as a child that I looked like I was Puerto Rican. I looked like I was Philippine. I looked like I was Hispanic. So I looked all different ways as growing up into the adulthood that it made it not worse, but like more difficult to fit in because you didn't know. So my thing growing up, I fit in with a lot with the Hispanic because I look like them. So, it's just like, I just like to teach people different ways of how to think about somebody and this and that of their background. We all grow up in different backgrounds, but when you have a biracial person and now they got triracials and all kinds of stuff, I couldn't imagine, how to explain racism in today's time with our children growing up. All I could tell them is you have to love who you are and you're made, in that way of love, and teach them how to love their self, and then they can love on other people and stuff.
Thank you. That's my kids are going through that. My kids are in that same boat. So
so that's what I'm saying, and that's why I wanted her when you spoke about that, Chris. That's why I wanted my wife to get on because she is biracial. You know what I'm saying? But like I said to you guys before. Look, mom says she got gray hair.
Well, what I'm going to say is, now on that note, I have to say everybody pretty much, 90% of my family on my mom's side is biracial. So my aunts and my uncle is all white, but all the kids are pretty much 90% of my cousins are biracial.
Okay.
So, but I was the first girl grandchild, but I was the second grandchild. And my cousin, he's biracial, but when you look at him, he looks pure white because he has the blonde hair and blue eyes. So I look different than him, you know what I'm saying, growing up when we the first two grandkids, you know, so it was hard. It wasn't until later on that I realized, oh, there's more kids like me and, you know, in my family. But I can say my family was full of love, so they didn't play that racism game. That wasn't an option.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think that if we teach our kids that, you know, yeah, people may hate on you and stuff, but love yourself. That's the most important.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Man, that's real.
But
Absolutely.
with that being said, I have to go get ready for work.
But thank you, baby. Thank you for coming in and sharing.
You're
that.
welcome.
Thanks for
I
sharing
really
that.
appreciate it.
You're
Thank you, Eric.
welcome.
But yeah, guys, like I said, man, we, you know, that's why I said, you know, and I wanted to give her her perspective of it because of her living the life of both black and white. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that when, you know, she shared, because I told her, I said, we used to crack jokes about it, but, you know, I accepted that. And like I said, especially when I met my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law and her grandparents and stuff of that nature, how they welcomed me so open arms because, you know, I would think like I wasn't going to be accepted. But then after she told me about her family being biracial, I'm like, oh, wow. So they don't teach hatred. You know what I'm saying? They don't do this. So they have always accepted me as who I am. Because of course, you know, I mean, I'm far from bright. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like way far from bright. But they accepted me, man, for who I was. And long as they didn't care about my race, all they cared about if I'm going to take care of their grandson, their granddaughter, their daughter. You know, you get what I'm saying? That was the main focus of what it is. So the hatred wasn't there. It didn't judge me by nothing. So that was something powerful to me, and that's why I love them. That's why I love them. That's why I said my mother-in-law, look, that's my ride or die over there. She know I tell her that's my ride or die over there, boy. Cause we had to get out and act and be having fun, man. You know, y'all saw my sister-in-law last week. I mean, like last week. You know what I'm saying? When she got on, of course, another part, she's biracial. So, you know what I mean? So these are the things that we have learned over the years since I've been with the 14 years I've been with, almost 15 years I've been with Erica. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm glad everyone's sharing their stories, man. It's like so awesome, man, that I think it's a positive conversation. It was something we learned from individuals as far as being in the education. We had learned from individuals being in law enforcement. We learned from people being in pest control, being in their own business. See, that's what I'm saying. This is something that I love that we sharing all together because this is a positive outlook that we all need. You know what I'm saying? To get to shed some light on, you know, we're not understanding because, like you said, we wouldn't have never known until she told me her story where it would be, or like Chris telling his story about his children. You know what I'm saying? Or Sir Miguel telling his story about his child being a single father. Man, it's like it's all walks of life that we're sharing right here. And like I said, I love it. I love it. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys, man, because it's something that I think that we all heard it, and it shed some light on some things with me also, especially when I got with my wife. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, man, you guys are awesome, man. Like I said, would anybody like to elaborate on that, man, or share anything, brother Sir Miguel, Casey?
I'll just say this. I think healthy dialogue is always a good outlet, especially for people who really want to speak the truth and not come with any mess or BS. And I think that's what makes this panel so unique because everyone's experience shed light on real things and not the BS that's outside in the world that we have to deal with every day, but just give you a spotlight on how people handle different things in their walk of life. That's what makes us community when we can actually sit down and have real honest dialogue and not get personal and emotional about everything. Because I think we live in a time where everybody's is emotionally chaotic, and and it's become an all-time high in America across the board. So when you're too emotional, you're not really listening or getting a sense of where you need to be because you're not thinking intelligently or listening intelligently. So it's panels like these that not only is healthy, but it helps us as adults to be aware what we need to do, how we move forward, and how we can help other people.
Wow. Wow, man. Wow. So, Brother Strick, you got anything to say on that, my brother?
Just as good to have Sir Miguel follow up.
Right, man. Right, man. Like I said, man, this brother always bring everybody. I'm gonna say, I'm not, I mean, like Sir Miguel, I'm not taking anything from you, but brother, you bring a lot of value. But we all bring a lot of value of what we speak about, and we're not disagreeing with each other. We're just listening and have that ear. And sometimes, like what a person don't know about something, it's like if you don't know, you got to know better to do better. And I think that's where we at right now. We knowing better. We're learning each other. We learning everybody's background. And like I said, it shared a lot of light of what we see today's times, man. And it's on a positive aspect, man. It's positive, and it really, I enjoy, actually, honestly, guys, I just want to say that I look not just for, I look forward to having these conversations. I look forward to having these panels. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody on this panel, you have my full gratitude of what you guys bring to this. Sister Casey come up here, you know what I'm saying? People in the chat, giving their outlook on everything, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm gonna have to give it up to my mother-in-law once again. You know what I'm saying? Look, brownie points. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, but I'm just real proud of what we're doing right here and how positive we are. You know what I'm saying? And the Sister Casey, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You basically, besides my wife, you're the only lady up here at this point, so we appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because your voice is strong.
Yes, we do.
Very strong, and your
Absolutely.
and it's heard. It's very much heard, Casey. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell you, sister, thank you. Thank you for what you bring to this panel and will bring to us. And like I said, you coming up here and sharing your experiences with us, and we really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I really appreciate you guys, man, and for what you bring, man. And like I said, I can't say it enough. You know what I mean? And I really mean that, Brother Chris. You know what I'm saying? You shedding the light on a lot of things, man. Casey, Sir Miguel, Brother Strick. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, believe this conversation was, I think it was very enlightening. It was very positive. Everything about this, man, was just wonderful, man. You know what I'm saying? It really was. Would anybody like to say anything on that part, man? I just really, I'm a loss of words for what we got here, man. I
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
Like you said, positive dialogue is what we need in this world. We don't need no negative, because that's out there in the world. We get that every day. And I block that out by praying. So I pray every day, read my Bible verse. But the devil gonna come at you know when you're doing right.
Would anybody like to say anything on that point? Because I'm lost of words for what we got here, man. Yeah, man. I really appreciate you, man. Well, look, we ain't gonna hold everybody too much longer, man. Because like I said, I just wanted to have a live, man, and something and shed some light on some things, man, and really appreciate everybody, man, for what they give into this, man, and what you're pouring into this. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Sir Miguel, like I said, you grace us with your presence, brother. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we will really appreciate you,
I was
man.
gonna say something.
Oh, go ahead. Have at it.
I just want to have a live
something and shed some light on some things, man. Hey, everybody mute again so we can hear it, because I don't know, it's an echo. Everybody, man, and what they pouring, actually what you're pouring into, like I said, Can everybody mute for us right quick? Just mute. Everybody mute. Can anybody hear me?
Hello?
Go ahead, Casey. You got it.
Yeah, I kept hearing something like an echo in the background. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Everybody's okay?
Hmm.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Oh, I was
Sister
just
Leslie.
saying, I was brother. Yes, we definitely need that today. A panel, or I have this on my own channel. I just on some of it today in my speak on it about how now I'm having children on a natural way, because new kind of people out here, they are having artificial insemination or something. What? Saying, oh my God, with like injected with the sperm to have children. Hello?
Oh, we still here.
Hello?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
Can
still.
y'all
I'm
hear
still
me?
here.
Yeah, we
Okay,
still
we
here,
still
Casey.
here.
You got it. You got it.
Muting everything so that there's no echo.
I can't hear anybody.
Oh, we
You
hear
can't
you.
hear nobody? We can hear you, Casey.
Oh, because because y'all got your mics muted.
Yeah, we still. I'm still here.
You got it.
Mute everything so that there's no.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what kind of.
Nobody?
I can hear y'all feedback now, but I was just saying I just learned something about that today, and I know it's probably for a long time, and maybe some people are aware of it, and I'm just not. I don't know if I have this kind of conversation on my panel because sensitive thing, but I'm thinking about the world we living in. What is our world coming to? It's naturally anymore. Comes to to procreate life. It's not doing it natural anymore. And that's scary. To me, it's scary. It's like, what kind of people are we going to produce here for our future? Not in the natural, like through a man and a woman, husband and wife, like nature. And people just rather get artificial insemination or have somebody inject their whatever in them so they can have a child. And do y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. We hear you.
Yes,
I
we
know.
hear
I
you.
hear. It seemed like you got every other
We hear
word
you.
sometimes,
Hello?
but we hear you though.
Oh, I had to stop because I was like, wait a minute, I don't hear anybody in the chat.
No, we hear you.
No, we can hear you.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's an echo or something. I don't know. Can
I
you hear me?
have wrote.
Well, I don't know if it's a.
It must be an echo. It must be something. Must be going on, but I wrote it on
Yeah.
live. I did a little bit. If you go to my live today on how people are no longer having children through the natural way, and that's kind of scary. I don't know what kind of world we're gonna be living in if it doesn't come like through God out together and planning to have this child together through marriage. I'm just like kind of freaked out about it. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I'm reading somebody's trying to sell a book.
Oh, that was me. No, I'm not trying to. I was just telling everybody to check it out. Nurturing Amir. That's my niece. She got a
Everyone
long
check.
Nurturing Amir. She wrote a book. She gonna be writing a series of books, and she's from Texas, but she lives in Long Beach.
It out.
I was just telling everybody to check it out. That's all. I'm proud of my niece. She's doing her thing. She did this for a while,
About
and now she interviews people. So,
Congratulations, brother.
yeah, she interviews Samuel Jackson, all these other famous people.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was just letting y'all check it out. That's all.
Yeah, right. Hey man, again, Sister Casey, Sir Miguel, D. We just want to thank it. Can you hear me? No, I'm saying I don't know if Casey can hear me. Can you hear me, Casey? I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah.
something's going
Mom,
wrong
yeah,
here, so I'm having a hard time hearing everybody.
right. And look, if mom says she gonna get on here and she see, you know how we hearing it from outside of a biracial child, you know, living in society. But if we can get my mom up here and she can tell you how it was raising a biracial child, man, that would be awesome. Oh my God, I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, bro, Chris. I don't know if you can get the wife on, man, but I would love to hear that also, man.
Yeah, I would love to get on here.
Like I said, because that would be something that, you know, as a learning experience for us too, though, because we only see it from one, you know, we see it from one side, or we heard it from the biracial side. Now we hear it from mothers that raising biracial kids. Man, I think that would be an awesome topic too, man. I would love to, you know, hear that. If my mom would delight us with her presence. But hey, man, I want to tell everybody once again, we want to thank y'all because I don't want to hold y'all up anymore. Look, and I'm finna go to work with my wife anyway. So I want to thank everyone for coming on, everybody sharing their thoughts, coming up on the panel. And like I said, I really appreciate every single one of you guys. I mean, when I say that, I mean everyone. And also, we also have a person that's biracial in our chat, which is Frankie and Johnny. She's biracial also. So, you know, that I forgot that I it slipped my mind. She's biracial. So, you know, if I can ever get up here, she could tell you how her life was as being a biracial child also. You know what I'm saying? So, and so that would be some stuff that I love to hear. You know, I mean, like I said, but to be positive, and we can get an outlook on where everybody, you know, how everybody thought process and what their views are about that, you know. So I thank you guys once again. I want to see if would you grace us again, Brother Miguel, man, to end this live, man. You know how we gotta end it. We gotta end it with a prayer.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Dear gracious Father, we thank you for another day to be above ground. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your love. But more importantly, Father, we thank you for your growth in the word and what you're teaching us on these panels. We thank you for the people that's in the chat. I thank you for the brothers and sisters on the panel. And I also thank you, Father, for allowing us to dialogue in such a way where we can understand and hear each other. And more importantly, that we can grow as people and human beings. And Father, we just thank you, Father, for all the things that you've given us. We thank you for the future that you're going to have before us. And we just thank you for your son who died on the cross for our sins, Heavenly Father. And I just thank you right now for the people that's in this chat and for the people that's lives are going to be changed through panels such as this. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for putting this purpose in Shaq's heart to do these types of panels, because this is what we need, not only as adults, but to help our children see how this world has changed and how they need to change it as well as they become adults. And I just thank you, Father, for all the men and women in here. And more importantly, Father, I thank you, Father, for allowing us to be here, to have dialogue such as this, because we live in a world that is so chaotic and so confused. But we know that the author of confusion is the devil, but you are the author of love. You are the giver of life. In Jesus' name, I ask you to watch over each and every one of us, from the crown of our head to the soles of our feet. In Jesus' name we pray, and this we ask. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Miguel, for that prayer, man. It was powerful, brother. Yes, Lord. I appreciate it, man. So we just want to tell everybody again, thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming in. And we will do this again. We remember we do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And like I said, if it's something come across, whatever. And brother Miguel, I remember you told me that, you sent me that, man. But I'm telling you, I got to try. But I will get to that. I promise you that, brother. I promise you.
Oh no, brother. Hey, it's no rush, my man. It is no rush. Take your time, because when the time comes, we dialogue. You either probably gonna figure some of it out, or you gonna be like, wait a minute, what is this? And when I throw it at you, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, huh?
Right.
Yeah, because I had that same thing when it came to me with those very same questions, and some books that I read that sort of answered those things, and the way I was taught, we were taught wrong.
Right. That's powerful, man. Well, man, God bless you, brother. God bless everybody in the chat. I mean, again, I want to give it up to everybody on this panel, everybody that came on the panel, everybody in the chat, everybody that peeked in, people in the bushes. We want to bless y'all too. So in God's name, we pray y'all and bless y'all, man. And we'll see y'all the next time. God's
Salute.
Amen.
Salute. Blessings.
Blessings, man.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.